So something we need to talk about is the massive lack of affordable homes all across the country, but I'm talking specifically about Central Ohio. In fact, new listings in general are down. They were down 21% in March compared to February of 23, and they're down 15% year over year. And this is spring, as far as I know. Feels like spring outside. A lot of people aren't selling their house because they have an interest rate sub 4%. I think it's like 67% of homeowners have a rate under 5%, and something like 35% have it under 4%. So I'll ask you this: if you have a mortgage under 4%, what would it take for you to sell that 4% house and buy something with a 6.5% rate? Well, it's probably going to be more expensive. You're going to be paying a lot more, and unless it's a life change like a job or a divorce maybe or something like that, you really don't have a reason to move. So there's really no incentive for people to upgrade. And so the houses that are typically priced at, over the median, so around here maybe it's 350,000 and plus, those houses aren't moving as fast as they were before, like compared to last year. But the affordable houses, those that are priced in the affordable range, 75% or so of the median, if they're priced correctly, those things are flying off the shelf faster than they did last year. So there's actually less affordable inventory this year than there was last year. People will lead you to believe that there's a lot more active inventory, and overall in the market, that's true. But if you dissect the data, a lot of the houses that are sitting on the market, are 500, 600, 700 grand, maybe $1 million. Now in California, that's a cheap house, but here in Ohio, that's expensive. So people aren't buying those because they're not moving from their 3% $250,000 house. And that's really what's going on. And it's really it's going to put a big crunch on the spring selling season. There's less inventory to choose from on the affordable range, and there's not much more inventory in the non-affordable range, to tell you the truth. So you hear a lot of these guys saying on TV, on YouTube, going, man, the housing market's crashing. We're doomed. Well, if you're trying to sell $1 million house in Ohio, you're going to struggle, probably. You just are. They always sit longer. More expensive houses always sit longer, but you're going to struggle now much more so than you would last year. So this narrative of, hey, prices are crashing, we're doomed, and do not buy a house at all right now, is absolutely crazy. Each market is different, and each buyer's different. So is it the right time to buy a house right now? I have no idea. Only you can really answer that. Don't let anybody answer that for you. So get with some professionals, do your own homework, research the local market, and find out for yourself if it's the right time to buy or sell. Only you can make that decision. Don't let people on YouTube tell you that you shouldn't buy, or you should buy, or you should sell, or you shouldn't sell. I mean, why in the world would somebody just follow somebody on YouTube blindly to purchase or sell their house? That's absolutely crazy. So hopefully that's not you. Hopefully you're smarter than that. But the inventory situation in Ohio, Central Ohio anyway, is grim, to say the least. And with Intel moving in to the market, that's only going to get worse. And honestly, I don't know where these folks who are moving in for the Intel project are really going to live. I have no idea. Are they going to live in mobile homes? Are they going to camp out? I could see them camping out. I mean, you've got 10,000 people, 10,000 plus people moving into Central Ohio for the Intel project, and there's a serious lack of affordable housing. So one thing I can tell you is if you have an affordable house, and maybe it's like a house your mom left to you, or it's like a rental house you have, somehow you got lucky and you have an extra house in the area. If it's an affordable house and you can afford to keep it, especially if you have low debt or low debt rate, a low interest rate, man, hang on to that thing. Because eventually, when these folks come to Ohio to live for the Intel project, you're going to have a lot of options. I mean, you have a lot of options now, but you could rent the thing, you could Airbnb it, you could just sell it. But I would recommend keeping your real estate if you live in Central Ohio right now. Unless there's a life change and you have to move, and even if you have to move, if you can hang on to that house that you live in now, do it. Do it, because it's going to be a rare asset as we move forward, I think. Now, obviously there could be a massive cataclysmic event that changes everything, but the trajectory right now is the demand is certainly increasing here in Central Ohio, and prices haven't crashed, and there's just less inventory. So when prices keep going up, demand keeps going up, and there's less inventory, that usually causes the price to continue to rise. So anyway, you got to do your own homework, do the work each day, get with some professionals. A good real estate agent is a good idea. Interview several of them, and we will talk to you on the next video.